Hey guys, so I'm Milton Washington and I'm the founder of Rokmil Indigenous Fitness. And I want to give you a little bit of information about who and what I am and the kind of experience that I have, as well as give you some information about how Rokmil Fitness was founded. So I'm an ex-college football player. I was a running back with tons of knee injuries. I've had 4 knee surgeries, um, ACL reconstruction, MCL reconstruction, all sorts of meniscus damage on both knees. And right now, this is 2025, but 7 years ago, I went to the orthopedic because I had just immense pain in my knees because I was bone on my knees. And I was having a lot of difficulty with mobility, and I was having a lot of issues with pain. And the pain had gotten so bad that it was waking me up in the middle of the night. So, um, so when I went to the orthopedic, I said that I wanted something that was going to give me some relief, but I didn't want to have double knee replacement surgery like the orthopedic had recommended. And not only did they recommend that so let me see, this is 2025 now, so this is in 2018, they had recommended double knee replacement surgery. But 5 years prior to that, they had recommended double knee replacement surgery. And for those who don't know, double knee replacement or knee replacement, the way they work is you get new knees, and then you go, hey, a lot of the pain is gone. I got my mobility back. You go out and you start living a lifestyle that then in turns damages those new knees. And 8 to 10 years later, you have to get knee replacement again. I did not want to begin that cycle at all. So as an ex-college football player and who was someone also who was playing competitive racquetball well into my 40s, I said that I wanted to hold off on surgery, and I told my orthopedic that I was going to explore some CBD topicals for pain, and I wanted to exhaust physical therapy because I didn't want that surgery. So the orthopedic was like, okay, well, you have 3 physical therapy sessions a week that you got to go to. And I think I'm like most people when I say this, but I hate physical therapy. I think PT is just some of the most grueling things that I got to do. I don't enjoy the travel across town to go. I don't enjoy the lighting. I don't enjoy the smells of the PT facility. I don't enjoy the sounds, people moaning and groaning. It just doesn't work for me. So I am very reluctant to go to PT, even though I know that I needed it. So that was the problem that I had. And the following morning, I woke up with my PT schedule, and I was trying to figure out what can I do to get relief, but not through physical therapy at the PT center, which from my experience, all the good PT places are on the east side of town, and I've always lived on the west side of town, and crosstown travel is just not something I look forward to. So I remember I was having my coffee the morning after speaking to my orthopedic, and I had the music on, which is rare for me to have on in the morning time. And I was thinking about how to incorporate 3 PT sessions a week into my already busy schedule. And I'm a creative. If you haven't seen my photography or ran across some of my storytelling, usually around my memoir, that's in the works, and maybe we get a book deal soon in 2025 or 2026. But I'm a creative, so my creative mind was fast at work when it hit me. I saw the African stool that was normally in the bathroom in the living room that morning. And that African stool is called a Bamileke stool from Cameroon. And it's a round stool that's carved from a single piece of wood. And they come in various styles, for the Cameroonian people. But they're made to seat royalty. And I had a Bamileke stool that was gifted to me by a friend of mine that was normally in the bathroom because I had a jacuzzi tub at the time, and when I would take my bath, I would prop up my iPad on that stool and watch away while I soak. But like I said, that stool was in the living room that morning, and it just hit me. It hit me just like a ton of bricks, and I just said, "Whoa, that's the solution. I'm going to start doing PT at home." First time in my life that I even talked about doing PT or was even motivated to do PT at home. And I said, I'm going to use PT using that stool for positioning and support to strengthen muscles and to improve elasticity and maybe even get some cardio, because I could see myself doing some movements, but instead of boring PT in movements, I'm going to do PT movements to the beat. So that morning, I let the music play, and I think it was a Drake song that came on, and I got down on the floor using that stool to support my movements and started to go. And because I'm supporting myself on that stool through a range of motion, I knew how to move about without further hurting myself because I was commanding the stool. That tool for me was something that allowed me to explore range of motion and get the strengthening through cardio, through repetitive motions to the beat. I was able to get that sort of conditioning and strengthening and flexibility because I was in positions which allowed me to really stretch not only muscles, but really stretch and warm up connective tissue. All the tendons and the ligaments, but do so safely. And I remember 5 songs into it, I stood up and I was drenched, absolutely drenched with sweat. And a good chunk of my knee pain was gone because my knee situation took to physical therapy. And then for the next 2.5 months, I continued to develop this by myself. That stool and movements to the beat. And in 2.5 months, I lost 30 pounds. And I was 245 at the time. I'm about 205 now. And this is 7 years ago. So I think I'm kind of at my optimal weight, my natural weight, because I've been hovering around this weight for the past a good 6 or 7 years. But knee pain, all but gone. Sciatic pain, gone. Shoulder pain, gone. And I felt like I was in the best shape of my life. I really did. But more importantly, my mobility returned. I make kind of fun at myself about this because my knees were so bad, I had lost the ability to dance. And I love to dance. And Rokmil, just within a matter of weeks, allowed me to have the kind of strength without the pain to dance. And I've asked myself many times, what did that do to my quality of life? Being able to dance. What does dancing do to your quality of life? So, and I think the answer is pretty evident. If you enjoy doing anything active, whether it's dancing, whether it's cycling, whether it's doing yoga, within Rokmil, our point of view is Do the activities that you love and that you are passionate about. But sprinkle in a little bit of Rokmil to strengthen joints, to improve mobility, improve elasticity, to improve your overall strength and coordination. So you can do those things that you love to do really well, and not only get a bigger return on investment in those areas that you love so much, but become more resistant to injury. And so, especially within your, especially when you're within kind of the age of me and many of my peers, whether you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s and even 70s and 80s, reducing injury is the name of the game to quality of life. Living an active lifestyle while reducing injuries. So that's the origin story with Rokmil Fitness. That's exactly how it happened. I'm a creative. Rokmil, I say, is a fitness program not founded by some, physical trainer. I'm not a physical trainer. I'm a person who knows a lot about the body because I've had so much experience talking to doctors and physical therapists, and have received so much physical therapy being a college football player and somebody who lives an active lifestyle. So, and with that, I have a lot of knowledge, and I have a massive sense of self-awareness that I've had from ever since I was a child. And that book that I said that I'm working on, it's a memoir called Slicky Boy. That's about a black boy born in South Korea to a Korean mother, and then eventually adopted to a black family in Korea at the age of 8, and then brought to the States at the age of 10, at which point it was the first time I went to school in my life. And when I did so, it was in a new family, new language, new culture, new everything. But I had to be very, very self-aware in those times in Korea in which an entire country rejected me because of my blackness. And I had to make sense of it all because I wanted more. I wanted more for myself. And I had a vision of making it to America and becoming strong and powerful one day, and kind of showing those kids in Korea that you can have power, but use that power for good. And that's what Rokmil is. ROK for Republic of Korea, MIL for Milton, because it speaks to that promise that I made to those kids in Korea. And that promise came about because of my hyper self-awareness and having a vision for what I want. And ultimately, that vision is a vision that says, I want to be happy. I want quality of life, and I want to be happy all the time, as much as I can be, because I feel like I have a lot of life to live, and I have a lot of wisdom that I can impart on others that can impact your quality of life as well. All right. So if you're experiencing pain, if you're having mobility issues, if you are extremely active in other activities, especially those activities that you love, it's a good reason to do Rokmil Indigenous Fitness. So sign up and come join us at 124th and Lenox Avenue here in Harlem. Thank you.